I've been in business online for 10 years now, five as an operator, five as a founder creator. Today, I want to talk to you about three simple techniques that can fundamentally transform not just your business, but who you are as a person. Because here's what I learned from helping clients like Lisa go from 1,600 to 105,000 followers in 30 days. Naima achieved financial freedom and moved countries. And Michael 10x his cash collected. The thing is, you don't just build a business, you become someone worthy of money, worthy of business. And the fastest way to become that person is to work on yourself through your moon sign. Your moon sign is your emotional blueprint. When you work on yourself at this level, you develop yourself emotionally and psychologically. Everything else follows. The foundation is understanding your blueprint. Now, let me ask you something. First of all, what is your moon sign? My next question is, do you ever plant corn in December? Of course not. Why? Because you understand seasons. You understand that nature has rhythms. And when you work with those rhythms instead of against them, magic happens. The same exact principle applies to your money, to your business, to your relationships, to your health. This is your personal transformation. Your birth chart, this beautiful blueprint that was created the moment you took your first breath. It's like having a personal coach from the universe itself, showing you exactly what to work on internally to multiply all of the things that you're creating, especially your income and your joy. But here's the key. Your moon sign reveals your emotional patterns, your deepest needs, your unconscious motivations. When you work on yourself through your moon sign, you're working on the foundation of who you are. And when you change who you are, everything changes. All you need is your birth chart, which you can get for free at astro.com or astroseek.com. House number 2, work on your self-worth and create a value mindset. House number 3, work on your communication and your content. House number 4, work on creating emotional safety for yourself and for your customers. House number 5, work on creative expression and having as much fun as possible. House number 7, work on your partnerships and your relationships with your customers, clients, audience, everything. House number 9, work on teaching and expanding your worldview as much as possible. House number 12, work on your intuition and letting go. Take my client, Lisa. She's an Aries with specific placements that showed her where she needed to work on her visibility and personal brand. But more importantly, she had to work on herself first. She had to become someone who was comfortable being seen, someone who believed she deserved that level of attention and success. She went from 1,600 followers to 105,000 followers in just 30 days with one viral reel because she finally aligned with what her chart was telling her to focus on internally. You see, Lisa didn't just learn a new strategy from me. She became a new person. She actually got into a car accident right when she bought into my program. And that afforded her to change her perspective and her awareness around time. She became a new person. And that's the difference between temporary tactics and lasting transformation. Step number 2 is the 4th house money formula. Here's where it gets interesting. Money, real money, lasting money doesn't come from tricks or tactics. It comes from understanding your natural money-making blueprint. Here's what you want to do. Find the zodiac sign in your 4th house. This is your natural money maker. Your 4th house sign equals how you naturally make money, where you feel home and safe. The opposite sign, your 10th house, is where you might be making mistakes. I just want to premise this quickly. You do not need to have planets in either. And if you do, cool. We'll get there in another video. For example, I have Cancer in my 4th house. So nurturing people through automation, content, and freebies is my strong suit. My 10th house is Capricorn, what I call capitalism. Building systems, hiring, and creating organization is what I've been working on for the last 3 years in my business. Let me tell you about my client, Michael. He's a Virgo with a Virgo rising who learned how to align his natural systematic approach. But here's what really happened. Michael had to work on himself first. He had to develop confidence in his methodical approach. He 10x his cash collected with 615% increase in his following because he stopped fighting his detail oriented nature and started using it as a superpower. The money followed because the person changed. Michael didn't just optimize his business, he optimized himself. When you optimize yourself through your moon, when you work on the emotional and psychological patterns that drive your behavior, you become someone who naturally attracts success. He's a Sagittarius moon vibe. The fourth house makes you a lot of money. So I'm going to go through all of the fourth house money makers. Capricorn, fourth house, Cancer, 10th house. You make money through structured authority. The mistake zone for you is being too emotional, not building out proper systems. Libra, fourth house, Aries, 10th house. You make money through beautiful, balanced, authentic, and I would say aesthetic offers. The mistake zone for you here is being too aggressive, launching without refinement. Those are just some examples, but let's go on to step 3 is most important because the identity unlock is really the formula. Now, here's the key, and listen carefully because this is where most people get it wrong. You can't just do these techniques. You have to become someone who naturally embodies the energy that your chart is showing you. This is how the math plays out. Find out what house Cancer is in for you. Count how many houses away your moon is from Cancer, and then add 4 to that number. Count that many spaces from your moon house. That final house equals what you need to change about yourself. An example is Cancer in the 4th house, moon in the 9th house equals 5 houses apart. Add 4, this equals 9. And then you count 9 houses from the moon, which is in the 9th house. That would equal the 6th house because there's only 12 houses. So what you would work on is daily habits and health routines because that's what the 6th house has to do with. I did this with my client, Naima. She's a Capricorn who has an Aquarius rising and moon in Aquarius. We discovered this formula that she needed to work on her personal foundation and emotional patterns. But here's what really happened. Naima had to do the deep work on herself first. She had to become someone who believed she deserved financial freedom. She had to work on her relationship with security, with planning, with trusting herself to make big moves. She achieved financial freedom and moved countries because she fundamentally changed who she was being, not just what she was doing. You see, Naima didn't just change her strategy, she changed herself. And when you change yourself at the deepest level, when you work on yourself through your moon sign, the external world has no choice but to reflect that internal transformation. So here's what each landing house means you need to change. If this falls in your first house, you need to change your identity often, your appearance, your first impressions. If this is landing in your second house, change your relationship with money and value, how you solve problems. Constantly increase your value by investing in yourself, specifically knowledge. If this lands in your third house, change how you communicate and share your ideas with people. Fourth house, change your foundation and emotional patterns that are no longer working for you. Fifth house, change how you express your creativity and take risks. An example of this is doing talking head videos and then doing storytelling and then trying out carousel. Sixth house means change your daily habits and your health routines and then share it with people publicly. Seventh house, change how you do partnerships and relationships and how you talk about them, really. The eighth house is asking you to change your relationship with power and transformation and tell us about it. The ninth house is you want to change your beliefs and your teaching styles. Always reinvest in learning different ways that different people teach so you can find your best way. 10th house, change your public image and leadership approach so that we understand that you are still the authority. 11th house, change the way you do community and your networking. Let us come into your next free community or your broadcast channel, or invite us to talk in your comment section of your videos. 12th house, change your spiritual practices and what you release throughout the years and share that entire journey with us. The new moon is about new beginnings, fresh starts, and planting seeds for what you want to create. It's the energy of potential, blank slates, of stepping into a new version of yourself. Most entrepreneurs are running around like chickens with their head cut off, trying to force results, trying to push and grind their way into success. But what if I told you there's a better way? What if I told you that by working with new moon energy and your birth chart, you can build the right internal foundation for external success? Transform your identity to match your income goals. Stop working against your natural design and start flowing with it. Develop the self-awareness that separates the good from the great. Take my client, Phil Sand. She's a Taurus who learned to work with her natural earth energy instead of fighting it. She made $10,500 from just 2 TikTok posts because she finally understood her blueprint. She stopped trying to be someone that she wasn't. Here's the fundamental shift. Here's what I really want you to understand. This isn't about adding astrology techniques to your existing approach. This is about fundamentally allowing yourself to shift who you are. Most people try to get without becoming. They want the success without becoming the person who naturally creates value. Your birth chart teaches us a different way. It says, become who you were designed to be and watch how the universe rewards you for that alignment. My previous client, Sarah, she's a Capricorn, and she experienced a major mindset transformation with me because we're both Sagittarius moons. She went from doing tarot cards to becoming a coach and a mentor and a teacher, which is what she went to school for anyways, but she never saw the bridge of going from tarot to teacher. We restructured her entire business and built new confidence because she stopped trying to be someone else and stopped caring so much about the numbers and focused on the delivery and the impact that she was having. She started being who her chart showed her she was meant to be. And then there's Corinne. She made 30 bands in 1 week after attending one of my masterclasses. Not because she learned some new tactics or my AI prompts, but because she finally saw her own potential reflected back through her own chart. And I call this the compounding effect. When you align your personal transformation with your birth chart blueprint, something beautiful happens. The changes don't just add up, they multiply. Now you're not fighting against your natural design, you're flowing with it. You're not trying to force outcomes, you're creating the conditions for natural growth based on who you actually are. You're working on yourself at the deepest level, and that inner work creates outer results. Look at the results. Lisa, an Aries, worked on her confidence and visibility and got rapid action and growth. Naima, Capricorn, worked on her relationship with security and planning and achieved structured transformation and financial freedom. Michael, a Virgo, worked on trusting his analytical nature and achieved systematic optimization and authority building. Phil Sand, Taurus, worked on her relationship with consistency and money and got material results. Each one succeeded by working on themselves first, choosing their moon sign as the guide. They became better people, and better people get better results. Here's what I know after 10 years in the game. The market will pay you in direct proportion to who you become. Work on yourself through your moon sign. Become someone worthy of the success that you want. And watch how quickly the external world bends to your will. It will reflect the internal transformation you have made. I have a challenge for you. Commit to fundamental transformation, not just surface level changes. I want you to commit to the house where your moon sign is. Commit to work on yourself through your moon sign. And if you're a business owner who needs help with this, there's a link down below. I'm going to help you over 5 days do everything we're talking about. Pull up your birth chart tonight, find the 3 numbers that I showed you, and ask yourself, what kind of person do I need to become to naturally attract the money, the business, the love, the relationships, the health that I want? How can I work on myself to become worthy of the success I desire? What old patterns of being do I need to release to make room for this new version of myself? Stop trying every business strategy. Stop looking for the next tactic. Start working on you, yourself. Your moon sign will show you exactly what to work on internally to unlock your next income level. Because here's the truth, the better person you become, the better results you'll get. And the fastest way to become a better person is to work on yourself through your moon sign. Remember this, astrology isn't just about understanding yourself. It's about transforming yourself. Your birth chart is offering you a gift, the gift of knowing exactly who you need to become to build the life of your dreams. And for my specific audience, the business of your dreams. And your moon sign is the fastest path to that transformation. Don't just listen to what I'm saying here. Don't go and think about this. Become this. Work on yourself through the lens of your moon sign. Because at the end of the day, you don't own a business. You become someone who's worthy of a business. When you work on yourself at the emotional and psychological level, you'll be amazed at how quickly your outer world begins to match your internal transformation. The universe gave you a personal development manual the day you were born. Your moon sign is the key that unlocks it. The question is, are you ready to do the work on yourself? If you need some more help with this, there's more videos on my channel. I recommend watching the next one.